A YouTube quick video. The patch notes are out. I don't know if I'm early or if I'm late. It is morning for me, about 9 a.m. right now. I just woke up and you know what? I had to cover these patch notes. So let's not waste any time. I wanted to go backwards from support all the way up to tank and Zenyatta. He has finally been nerfed. You guys saw in the thumbnail I said that, he's been nerfed. Big red arrow pointing at it. And you know what? It's all right. Like I think definitely Zenyatta is tanky. We did talk about this in my video, and they actually did the thing where they did kind of nerf snap kick, but honestly, I wouldn't be as opposed to snap kick keeping the knockback, but Zen like it losing the damage. Like I still feel like this fortifies Zen as a really strong cannon, and like Discord paired with the DPS passive is still really strong. Maybe they have more lurf and like sorry, hello, lurfs? What are lurfs? Nerfs. They have more nerfs planned for Zenyatta a little bit later, and these are just like, because this is obviously a hotfix patch. This isn't even the mid-season patch. Like, just something to keep in mind, right? It's not the mid-season patch. This is a hotfix patch, like I said in the thumbnail. So this is like them trying to be as quick as possible and anticipate all these changes to the metagame. So the Zenyatta change, like base health decrease from 100 to 75, this is a very good change. And then Snapkick losing a little bit of its knockback. Honestly, okay, so here's like, at least in my games and with the way I'm playing Zen as well, I didn't necessarily feel like the knockback was where the power was in the kick. I think the damage on the new melee is absurd, right? So what I don't like about this is, yes, he's a little bit more vulnerable, and some breakpoint interactions are going to be much better. What I don't like is it actually just kind of feels like Zen is still going to be pretty strong because he didn't lose a lot of his power, which is like he pairs so well with the DPS passive. He just pairs so well with DPS in general, and he's pretty much the DPS focused support. And if Illari doesn't get good changes, well, it's going to be, Zen's just going to be one of the best supports to play right now, right? So Mercy, so we know that her projectile size has been reduced. So total base projectile size reduced from 0.25 to 0.2. Total projectile size is now 0.3 meters. Okay, like, interesting. This is fine, like, this is whatever. Like, the Caduceus Blaster has always had big projectiles, so no problem there. Sonic Amplifier, also down to 0.25 meters. So, again, interesting. These are nerfs, guys, because the projectile sizes are a little bit smaller than before, right? Here we go, Illari. So if you guys remember, yesterday I did a video where I was talking about that, Illari definitely needs some help. Like, whether you like her or hate her, the hero just feels absolutely horrible. So let's see what they did. Healing pylon, cooldown decreased from 8 to 6 seconds. Interesting. Cooldown when destroyed by enemies decreased from 15 to 12 seconds. Okay, so this is nice. This is okay. I don't want to say that this is nice. The problem with pylon is that it just can't tank anything anymore, right? And with more HP pools and a little bit more damage going around nowadays, like, the healing pylon struggles to stay up, but it's fine. Like, if you can be smart with the placement, it's okay. Really odd that the healing pylon's numbers didn't go up, and also really odd that none of Illari's damage on her primary weapon went up, given that at the moment she's really struggling to fight against other characters. I don't like this. Like, essentially, like, again, this is probably the hotfix patch, and Alec Dawson did say that Illari needs a lot of help, because this doesn't look like a lot of help. This looks like a little bit of help, right? So maybe later down in the mid-season patch, she will get more changes. Another thing is Captive Sun got a buff. So Sunstruck explosion damage increased from 100 to 160, but now the explosion damage has fall off again, reducing damage up to 25%. I don't understand why they keep turning the fall off on and off, like, repeatedly. I don't even know if it makes that much of a difference. And honestly, I don't care, because Illari is just not good anymore. And honestly, like, I don't think, like, yeah, maybe this Captive Sun change might be nice, but there's so much stuff in the game right now that can easily negate Captive Sun that this isn't where we should be trying to put Illari's power in. And that it's just not going to help her feel viable. That's just the way I see it. They should have looked at her primary fire, they should have looked at her alternate fire, and that would have helped the situation with Illari in feeling a lot better. Moving on with Illari, a character that was deserving nerfs was actually Widowmaker. So now she actually uses the smaller 0.05 meter hit scan projectile size modifier. The total projectile size is now 0.05 meters. The scope shot damage fall off min to max range has been increased from 40 to 60 to 50 to 70. Interesting. So she got a bit of a nerf and a bit of a buff, so she can take longer sight lines, if I'm not mistaken, right, guys? Like, I just woke up, so my brain isn't fully turned on yet. I didn't even get coffee. Usually I get coffee for these videos, but I don't have it. Pulse pistols minimum fall off has been reduced. Wow. Okay, so that's very interesting. That's certainly a nerf. That like I don't know if this will kill Tracer, but this is certainly putting her in a lot more like of a spot where she needs to get much closer to get full value from her pistols. And it's definitely gonna you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel a lot more vulnerable now having to play closer. But I don't know. I think Tracer will still be pretty good. Let's see. I might be wrong. I'm always open to being wrong because that's how you grow. Sometimes you're wrong, you learn, and you grow, and then you can be right. And sometimes you're right, and you just reinforce yourself, and that's how it is. Soldier 76. Ah, yes. So he now uses the 0.05 meter hit scan projectile size modifier 2. Projectile size is now 0.05 meters. Both him and Widowmaker 0.05, right? We need to test some of these in the practice range. Junkrat cooldown decrease from 8 to 7 seconds, max damage up to 120 from 110, and min damage increase from 20 to 50. Oh god, they actually buffed Junkrat pretty big. We got a junkie meta coming up soon, maybe, I feel, gentlemen. Especially on his maps like Lijiang Control Center. And like when you're defending what is that map? The new like the Shambhali Monastery. If you're defending Shambhali Monastery, oof, like Junkrat might actually be pretty strong there. Hanzo's projectile size reduced to so the total size is now 0.175. Okay, so he got a bit of a nerf too. We need to try some of this stuff, guys. Zarya, yeah, so Zarya, actually, okay, so hot take, I didn't think Zarya was struggling. I don't know why they buffed her. Last thing we need is a Zarya meta. But I feel like we might be transitioning over there. Like, I've been playing a lot of Zarya myself in ranked on tank, and not gonna lie, I've not been struggling. It's been actually a pretty smooth ride playing Zarya lately, so not sure. Like, I know Alec Dawson did say that the beam characters are struggling a little bit, but okay, let's see how it goes. Roadhog, take a breather, damage reduction increase from 40 to 50%. Oof. So, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was worried that Roadhog might get his one-shot back, but they didn't lean into that side, rather they just made him tankier. I'm okay with this, but Roadhog is in that same awkward spot with Illari where, like, even he lost his identity going into this patch because he can't, like, one-shot or two-shot or things like that anymore, right? So he's in a bit of a weird spot. Although it's okay, like, I don't think anybody wants a hog meta, and I don't either, even though I enjoy playing Roadhog. Diva lost her light gun projectile size down to 0.3. Okay, we need to try this out in the training range. Okay, so here we are in the training range. We definitely want to test out Soldier 76 first. So let's just kind of like... Oh, you see, it's much tighter. It's much tighter. Before, you could like shoot here and it was triggering. Now, it does have to be a little bit more in line with the hitbox, right? It does have to be a little bit more in line with the hitbox. Now, these are the bots. They have generally big hitbox. Let's look at Tracer. Yeah, before if you could shoot here, like, they did make it a little bit tighter, right? They for sure made it much tighter. Like, obviously, guys, like, one thing to remember is these are stationary targets. They're not going to be moving. Like, imagine Tracer, AD, strafing, blinking. Like, it's not going to be easy to hit her, right? Even if I just, like, pretend, like, it's not going to be easy to hit her. So, for Soldier 76, it's not that bad of a change. It's not that bad of a change. We need to see Widowmaker especially, right? Now, if I remember correctly, Widow could shoot this spot here, right? So now she has to be much tighter with her shots too, right? So definitely need, like, yeah, you see, before you could shoot this area, I remember. Well, okay, you can still kind of shoot that area, but, like I said, I'm a little bit, like, I have a bit of ping and all this type of stuff, but, like, there is a bit of a nerf. Like, before, you could kind of shoot this spot here. This, like, not this spot, like, obviously that's the bullet size still being big, but, like, there was, like, a window where this spot here, you could shoot it. Now you can't do that. So it's certainly much more tighter. It's not 0.1 like it was before. I think it's like 0.25. So it's certainly large, but it's not absurdly large to the point where, like, you're fully off her hitbox like this side. Now you need to be a little bit tighter, right? So again, good nerf. And I don't know, like, the nerf is good, but I don't know about Widow getting her fall off back. I don't think she needed the fall off, but okay, let's see how it goes. Junkrat, right? So we need to see Junkrat against a 250 HP hero. I think he can one-shot Tracer again, right? Yeah, he can one-shot Tracer again. That's a problem. So who's 250 HP? Like Ash? Ash is 250, right? They live with just 1 HP now, it seems. So I think you can like melee and then do something like this. Like, okay, but imagine, right? If people are following up on your damage, you're gonna be destroying. You're gonna legit be destroying people right now. And we need to check out Zenyatta's knockback nerf. Like, how does his knockback look? So she starts here. Oh man, this is barely anything. Like, I don't know about this. Like, oh well, to be fair, like it's more important in the way it interacts with tanks. Like, if there's a Rhine on you, you can still just kind of keep juggling him away. You know, like even like you can never let him come close to your. I don't know, like I don't know. The knockback is still pretty good, and you still chunk so much HP away, right? That's kind of like where the strength is. But like, how does it look like against the squishy? Hold on. I know Mei has more HP, right? Oh man, that kick does a lot. Oh, that kick, like with Discord. Wait, guys. Discord. This is 300 HP, right? That kick. Look at that. 2, 3, 4. My God, man. I think like in a fight between you and Mei while she's trying to freeze you, if you just Discord and keep kicking her, even with just slightly outside assistance, you can instantly melt them. Like, it's kind of crazy. Kick meta, by the way. I don't know. I think that's going to be it for this video, everybody. I don't think there was anybody else. Like, oh yeah, like I know Mercy got the size change. It will still be large, but it won't be absurd, right? Yeah, see, it's still large, but it's not like in this window. Before it was like, I remember it was by the corner of that mountain. But now it's a little bit tighter, right? And granted, Mei has a bigger hitbox as well for her body, so... Yeah, these projectile size changes are nice. Definitely needed on some heroes, and I still think Illari needs help. I think Zenyatta nerf is not enough. Let's see what happens in the mid-season patch. Oh, one last character I want to test is Hanzo. And in Hanzo's case, yeah, it's smaller than before. Yeah, it's smaller than before. Before you were shooting here, and it could connect. But now you're shooting here. Granted that Mei's hitbox is a little bit wide. Remember, guys, like, in some cases, the character that we're shooting, they have big hitboxes too, right? So it's a little bit hard to get the accurate numbers down. But anyways, everybody, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the content, hit like and subscribe. I will see you in tomorrow's video.